Back in the day, everybody know you met your little boo thing, whatever, on Instagram, on social media. Social media was a very pivotal point in a lot of our lives. I even met my husband on social media.
I've been messed up, I've been broke down, gotta catch up, gotta shine now.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Everything Mia Sims back again with another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be telling my what the heck is lint flying around? But I'm going to be telling my young and pregnant story. So I'm probably going to card the old video above so that you can compare the two videos. But the first video that I shared, I didn't really disclose a lot of detail, just for the simple fact that I wanted to protect some people and just make sure I didn't make them look a certain kind of way. But how many times do we do that and we have people who look at us differently, treat us differently, respond to us differently based off a one-sided story? So my vow to myself is 2022 and going forward, I am no longer allowing anyone to tell my story but me. I'm not allowing anyone to paint me in a bad light. I'm exposing the enemy's hand at this point. So don't allow yourself to be bullied into being quiet, because in your story there's triumph. And your story could possibly deliver someone from what it is that they're going through, for something that they could be possibly getting themselves into. So just know that. Don't allow anyone to hush you, or just because you don't want to seem like a bad person or whatever the case may be. Tell your story, girl. Tell your story, boy. Tell your story, whoever. Like, don't allow anyone to tell your story or to play your hand for you. So yeah, I'm going to tell my full story about being young and pregnant. So yeah, let's get into the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, join the go, gang. We lit over here and that's on period, sis. If you ain't got no goals, set some, achieve some. The time is now. If you needed a message or a memo, it's me. Let's get it done. 2022, we're coming after everything that God has ordained for us, and don't you ever forget it. So yeah, y'all, like I said, young and pregnant, full story, not home back on nothing. At this point, I don't care who sees who and whatever light, but I'm going to tell my truth, and I'm going to tell the story like it is. No cut, no filter. It is what it is. If you guys do not know, I have my son Caden at 17 years old, so technically I was a teen mom. So let's get into how I met his father. Back in the day, everybody know you met your little boo thing, whatever, on Instagram, on social media. Social media was a very pivotal point in a lot of our lives. I even met my husband on social media. So I met his father on social media, you know, commented the heart eyes, whatever. So at this point, we had been having communication. We never really got things off the floor, for the simple fact that both of us were into sports. He played sports during high school. I did as well, but at this point he's already graduated. So he has the freedom, the ability to get to know me and me get to know him, because it was my senior year. So I'm like, okay, cool, you know, we kick it. And that's basically how we met. We met on social media. We have been following each other on Instagram, been commenting back and forth on people, on each other's posts for a while now, for maybe 2 years, I don't know. So at this time when I met him, my home life was a little bit crazy. My mom didn't necessarily have the best situation going on for herself, and I knew how things weighed heavy on her, and that was also starting to take a toll on me, just for the simple fact that I wanted to have fun. I wanted to be away from everything that was going on and escape my situation. So what better time than this person coming into my life, right? Or so I thought. This is when I started to get a little sneaky. I have never been a sneaky child my entire life, but just this whole situation that was going on, I started to become very sneaky. So there were times that I was going over my best friend's house, but after arriving at her house, I would go over to his house, or he would come pick me up from my house, and I would say that it was my best friend coming to pick me up, or whatever the case may be. And like I said, this led me to being very sneaky, just not good at all, y'all. First of all, if you're in a situation and it is bringing you outside of your character, number one, that is rule of thumb. Like, do not let anything or anyone bring you outside of your character. If it is not bettering you for who you are and your purpose and where you need to go, then don't let anything bring you outside of your character. I should have known then, but I was very young and naive, hadn't really been in many situations or situationships, or whatever you want to call it. So very young and very naive. So we were young, dumb, kicking it, having a good time. We were not boyfriend and girlfriend. Yeah, just my theory. This person in particular had asked me to be their girlfriend multiple times, but I said no, just for the simple fact that I felt like I don't know who you are well enough. And I feel like in 6 months' time, you'll show me who you are. Maybe a year's time. And this was my theory with everyone. People would ask me all the time to be their girlfriend. It was like, no, we're having a good time. Let's enjoy what's going on now and enjoy the moment and see how things go later on. And if you change or if you're the same person. Look, I'm gonna keep it a bean. That's always, and that's what's to be expected with me. I'm going to keep it a bean regardless, guys. He was doing his own thing. I had more cards in my hand than I allowed him to know. So I knew very well that he was still in communication with his ex at the time, or so I thought. I didn't really have too much proof. But then again, it's like, I'm not really your girlfriend, you're not really my boyfriend, so what does it even matter? So I was doing my own thing. And of course, like, it was a good thing. And like I said, he was doing his own thing, I was doing my own thing. But I didn't start doing my own thing until after I realized, like, okay, I cannot put all of my eggs in one basket. Why would I do that? Learn from Mama D. If you haven't watched Love and Hip Hop, watch it. Look up Mama D, okay? Because she let it very well be known that you should not put all of your eggs in one basket. And at this point, when I learned that my prospect was prospecting to somewhere else, I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket. We're gonna have a good time. I know that we can hang out whenever we want to hang out or whatever the case may be, because I thought that he had his own car, but later we found out that wasn't the situation. So I'm like, we can hang, we can kick it, we can do whatever. We're just having a good time, and I'm having a good time with you. So at this point I had got very fed up and I didn't care. We had a big blowout situation because I was doing my own thing, but I didn't let him know that I knew that he was doing his own thing because I wanted to know how things were going to be played. This person had been talking about how they wanted to start a family with me and had tried to get me pregnant on multiple occasions. And this just so happened, and God let me see it through the first time. And here I go being a dumb dummy, going back in the situation again, and ended up getting stumped, okay? So I didn't think that I was pregnant because I made it through the first time. But let me say this. If you have your head on straight, don't allow anybody who is outside, because it's okay for people to grow with you, but don't let anybody who is outside of what it is that you see yourself to infiltrate and talk about how they want to be with you and start a family with you. You're so smart, you're so... It very much well could work, okay? It could work. But 8 times out of 10, I really, at 17 years old, I should have never even been in this situation in the first place. I had a 4.2 GPA. I had a full ride scholarship. I wanted to go to the Army or Air Force. Like, and here we go with Crash Bandicoot. Ruining the whole situation, just seeing how smart I was and how promising my future was, and wanted to always be a part of that. And look, now here we are, and yet they still think that they can linger, they can be around, or whatever the situation may be, and not fully commit to anything, which is hurting our child in the long run, just for some fun, basically. And it's just like, don't allow yourself. I went through it so that you guys can learn from it and do differently. Like, there is triumph in my story. And look, girl, if you're listening to it, like, leave it alone. It's not worth it. It's really not. Because a lot of times people manipulate situations and they want to latch on and be a part of you because they see that your future is very promising. And I personally feel like this is what happened in my case. I got trapped and I got. It is what it is. So we ended up going our separate ways. And I had blocked this man. I had him blocked for maybe 3 weeks. And I decided to, pursue another situation where, somebody else had been interested in me before he had even come around. And, really was trying to get to know me and be there for me or whatever the case may be. But then I found out I was pregnant. Now at this point, I am deeply saddened. I am upset, because my future, like I said, was very promising in my eyes. I had a 4.2 GPA. My grades had been high my entire high school career. And I was so depressed. I went from a 4.2 GPA to a 1.6. I literally almost did not graduate my senior year. So just don't allow anybody to bring you down, guys. So like I said, I was deeply saddened by the situation. He was super excited, super happy. And of course, like if you got what you wanted, wouldn't you be super happy? So I was like, you know, I really don't know what to do, and I don't want to get rid of the baby, just for the simple fact that my mom gave me a fair chance at life. So why would I not give my child, or you know, my future child, a fair chance at life? So after this whole situation, I was like, okay, blocked him, and he was the first person that I told that I could possibly be pregnant. I told him that I didn't really want to, you know, reach out to him or any of that other stuff, but I had to do what I had to do. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna, you know, let my mom know. Like, first we decided to wait it out a couple more days and see what happened. And then I decided to let my mom know what was going on. So when I told my mom, she asked me, did I know who the father was? And I told her I did know. And we decided to go to the doctor and get a pregnancy test. So now at this point, I'm not thinking anything weird, but my mom, you know, being the mom that she is and, you know, experiencing things in life herself, she told my doctor to, you know, give me a pregnancy test and to, you know, test me for any sexually transmitted diseases or infections. And, you know, I got a call 3 days later. I was indeed pregnant, and I also had a sexually transmitted infection. So this is why I say be very leery of who it is that you deal with, because you don't know everybody. You think you do and you don't. Because I thought that I knew this person and I didn't. I'm like, what the heck? And I know, you know, just recently in the summer, like 2 months before, not even 2 months, a month before I met this person, because I was cheering, I had to get a physical, and my mom suggested that I get a test, you know, STD test and all that good stuff, you know, just because I had to get my physical. And she thought I was having sex at this point. And I didn't start having sex until later on. So she still, you know, insisted that I get one. I got one, and I didn't have anything. So we all know where it came from. And at that point, I was just like, you have no regard or no respect for me as a person, to even protect yourself if you're out here doing something. If somebody tells you that you're special, like, you know, really try that through the fire, okay, guys? Like, because a lot of times people tell you what you want to hear, or what you think, or what they think that you want to hear, just to get you in a certain position. So that is it for today's video. This is part 1 of 3 parts of my young and pregnant full story, not holding anything back. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, join the GOAT gang. We live over here, and that's on period. Sis, if you ain't got no goals, set some, achieve some. The time is now. If you needed a message or a memo, it's me. Let's get it done. 2022, we're coming after everything that God has ordained for us, and don't you ever forget it. So yeah, y'all, it's March Madness. We're going ham all of March. Don't forget to turn on your post notifications to be notified when I post a new video, guys. We only have 3 more days left, or 2 more days left, y'all. So, excuse me. So yes, I'm going to be posting 2 more parts of this story. Yeah, so I'm going to be coming back talking about what happens and how things go downhill from there. I'll see y'all tomorrow with another video.
I've been messed up, I've been broke down. Gotta catch up, gotta shine now.